Hello and welcome back to our bike packing trip through northern Spain. The last video ended it with us just having arrived in Avila. We were sitting in this cafe waiting for our landlord to let us into our Airbnb. So that all happened without a hitch, and this is where we're staying. I was actually just starting to make us a little bit of lunch and then realised that I'd forgotten to show you around. So let me do that. We were able to store our bikes in our landlord's brother's garage, so that's good. And this is a very comfortable apartment. We've got 2 full days in the apartment. We're planning to take a little bit of time to do some work for Ben and video editing for me, and just to chill as well. We thought we'd come out for a little stroll this afternoon, explore the city. This is the main shopping street. I know you can walk along the top of the city walls, but we'll probably do that tomorrow. We're just over 1,000 meters above sea level here. The city's up on top of this hill. This is the direction we cycled in from. You can see the mountains in the distance. We came round those mountains and then across the flat plain into the city. This is the main plaza in the old town, where the market was being held when we arrived this morning. Cafes and restaurants are just opening again, getting their tables and chairs out on the street. In time for evening drinks.
Cheers.
Cheers.
A little bit of free olives, very nice, and really quite a lovely view from this little square.
This morning we thought we'd come out and walk the city walls before it gets too hot. Apparently the walls here are some of the best preserved medieval fortifications in Europe, so it's kind of a must-do really. Avila has been inhabited since pre-Roman times, and the Romans were here. These walls started going up in the 11th century. Most of the prominent architecture that we can see today stems from that period. Oh, this is pretty cool. The wall's certainly thick enough to be able to walk along the top of quite easily. You can climb up to the top of the turrets as well. So cool, what a view. You can see how big the city outside the old town is from here. Apparently the walls are 2.5 kilometers long, so the old town's not actually that big. The other thing that Avila is famous for is a nun called Teresa. She lived in the 1500s. She was the originator of the Carmelite reform, and her image is everywhere in the city, including in these biscuits. Well, it's starting to get hot now, so we're going to head back and chill for the rest of the afternoon. Oh, we've had a really relaxing couple of days here in Avila. I was feeling quite tired when I arrived, but I'm feeling much better now. So it's time to head off through one of the 9 gates in the walls. I can see why the town's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The wall really is very impressive. So today we're heading to the city of Segovia, which is about 80 kilometers to the northeast of here. We had originally planned to stop at Villa Castin, which is about halfway. In the end, we decided we'd prefer to spend an extra day or two in Segovia instead. The other side of those mountains in the distance is Madrid. Looking over a reservoir here. Still in Castile and Leon, which we entered after about day 5 of our cycle ride, I think. It's just enormous. Castile and Leon is one of the 17 autonomous communities that make up Spain. We're a little over halfway now, so well due a break. Nice ride today on these small roads. There's a toll road that runs parallel to this one, so the only cars that are on here are really the ones that are avoiding paying the tolls. We're going to be spending 3 full days in Segovia, partly because it looks like there's absolutely loads to do and see, and partly because we also just wanted to slow the journey down a little, make sure we're fully rested before we go any further, really. I just feel I appreciate things so much more if I'm not tired. So we've got the contingency, we may as well use it. We've been seeing absolutely loads of birds today. And a couple of little bunny rabbits too. It's always nice to see wildlife. I think that must be Segovia in the distance now. As always, we're staying in the old town in the centre of the city. It does seem like quite a big city. We've been cycling through it for a while now, but it's only got 50,000 inhabitants. As you can see, we are in the old town now. Our Airbnb is in the Jewish quarter, which is a little way from here still. One of the things Segovia is quite famous for is this Roman aqueduct. But wow, it's just huge. I'm sure we'll come back once we're off our bikes and have another look. It's amazing just to see it as we're cycling through. Policeman just stopped us and asked us to walk our bikes from this point on. He was very nice about it. He said it was no big deal. However, we shall walk. Well, already it looks like a really beautiful city and really interesting too. I'm glad we've got a few days to do it justice.
So we're staying in the Jewish quarter here.
We're just along here somewhere. Ah, this is us, number 11.
Ben's just checking out what's in the kitchen.
And I'll give you a quick tour of the rest of the apartment. It's got a little balcony on the first floor, sort of shared balcony. But we're able to store our bikes there, which is great. We also have a very mauve bathroom I'll have to show you. Very feminine. We thought we'd head out for a spot of lunch. Plenty of restaurants around.
It's a lovely ride again today, wasn't it?
Very beautiful.
Yeah, really pretty going through the mountains. Buen provecho!
Gracias.
These look delicious, don't they? So we've spotted a cloud overhead and I was feeling a bit chilly, so I checked the temperature on my phone and it's actually 27. So it's not really cold. But
Severe weather alerts though.
Storms are forecast.
Well, rain is forecast later this afternoon and this evening. So we're just going to chill out in the apartment and do a bit more sightseeing in the morning. There obviously is loads to explore around this city, but I think we've done enough for one day. Well, it did rain quite a bit last night and it feels fresher this morning. We're off to do something we almost never do, which is a bit of shopping. Ben wants some new clothes and we spied this Decathlon on the way in. They do lightweight gear, which is ideal for us. Well, that was super successful. Ben got a new pair of trousers and a couple of t-shirts. That's the way I like shopping to be. One shop only and you get plenty of things. Now he just needs to buy some vapes. Not possible to buy the vape refill stuff that Ben uses in very many places. So when he does find a stockist, he tends to buy quite a lot. Hopefully this tobacconist will have what he needs. Selling ice cream cones of ham in this butcher's shop. Seen that before. With our shopping all successfully done, we've come to Plaza Mayor to have a look at the cathedral. It's another stunningly beautiful one. Finished building it in 1768, so it was quite late. One of the latest examples of Gothic cathedrals in Europe, in fact. We're going to have a little look inside. It's certainly a very grand building on the inside as well. Parts of it are incredibly ornate. It's hard to capture the scale of it on camera. Gosh, look at all this gold.
Another beautiful location for evening drinks.
This morning we're off to visit one of the most iconic sites in the city, which is the Alcazar. There's a real steep drop-off from the city walls to the plain below, on this side of the city at least. Nice views of the cathedral from here too. According to the blurb on the visitor's guide, this is one of the most famous castles in the world because, and I quote, its distinctive fairy tale silhouette inspired Walt Disney's Snow White castle. Does actually look a bit cartoony to me, or maybe like a Lego castle, not a real one. Let's have a little look inside. Long way down. It's a really impressive moat. This is the main foyer, off which all the rooms are. The Alcazar dates to the 12th and 13th centuries. I really like the Arab influence here. Apparently it's modelled after the Alcazar of Seville and the Alhambra. I guess it was the fashion of at the time. As well as being a fortress, it was a royal palace. Well, along the top of the wall you can see the images of each of the 22 kings of Castile who lived here. So these rooms are very opulent. There's lots of gold. It's right on the edge of the old town, and my goodness, you get an amazing view out over the countryside from here. You're allowed to climb up the tower, so that's what we're doing. This view is back over the city, the cathedral, which looks tiny from up here. Well, it is a very cool building, and it is a little bit Disney. But it is getting really hot now, so I think after that little bit of sightseeing we need a little refreshment.
Oh, so good to have a cold drink with ice in, or in your case, can you?
And time to head back to the apartment. We've got some travel planning that we need to do. This morning we thought we'd come back and have another look at the aqueduct that we saw when we entered the city the other day. It was built by the Romans in the 1st century AD. brings water from the mountains 14 kilometers away. Thought we'd be able to follow it further. I guess this is the only stretch that remains. Interestingly, the Romans didn't use any sort of mortar, they just laid big stones on each other. That obviously worked for it still to be standing. Look at all the swifts, it's so cool. I can see some of them nesting in the stones. Mostly they just seem to be having fun, really. Well, we're heading back to the apartment now. I know we could have done a lot more sightseeing in the city, but it's been nice just kind of chilling quite a lot the last couple of days. I think we'll feel totally refreshed and raring to go again in the morning.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
So our last night in Segovia. Feel rested and raring to go.
I'm like a machine, a coiled spring ready to leap.
Better wait until tomorrow morning anyway.